Alright, do you guys want to know how to make money? Yeah, I'll teach you some of the struts that I have used or seen or anything like that. And the first thing is that you probably have done on Skyblock is, farming, because farming is pretty much the centerpiece of everything, and it's like the closest thing that you know. And it also has more money-making opportunities. So you usually just go over here, get level 1 from all this wheat, because this wheat is mostly abundant. Unless you were at the beginning of Skyblock, then it was pretty hectic. And then you have a wide variety of options of the barn. And so you go over here and you have more wheat, melons, pumpkins, actual animals, like, why is there eggs over here? My brain is confused. Egg, chickens, pigs, cows, eggs, and stuff like that. And carrots, along with potatoes, which never exist anymore. It's like, oh yeah, there's a potato, dead. And there's also fishing areas, because this is the first fishing area that you ever probably have seen. You're like, oh cool. Yeah, this is literally the fishing area. You can go up higher, but it's not really worth it, to be honest. You just fish over here and nobody will care. So then you get level 3, I'm pretty sure, and you go to Mushroom Desert. And you're like, okay, let's just see how much this is. And you see a little portal frame over there, and you're like, oh cool, there's another one. So what you get here is bunny, sheep, cocoa beans, yay, bed. I don't know why that exists. You also get sugarcane, which I think is the best early game thing ever, because you can get speed talismans, and well, it's pretty good if you have a speed talisman. That means you get 1% speed. Yeah, you get Shep. Hello, Mr. Shep. Everyone yells at me whenever I try to kill it because it's annoying. We got the cacti over here. There's a fairy soul over there, so you have to have this boy over here, which you buy for 5k off the auction. And mushrooms, which are used for magical mushroom soup, and that's pretty much it. There's not really much else that you use. And the first that you probably ever get is the as Tommy in it calls, I can't say it, is the PIS one. And also, it used to be level 9, but now there's level 10, which just gives you a larger comedy set, which I already had. You get farm armor and XP, which no, you'd never get that in the first place. Don't you dare tell me that was your first armor set, because it wasn't. It was probably iron. You get this set, farming suit, helmet, and you're like, okay, how much is this? It's just 24 pieces of hay bale. Okay, cool. And you're like, okay, what else? What's this thing? Oh, it's a new area, farm. Okay, what does it cost? Oh my god, yeah, it costs over, I don't know, 100,000 wheat, which means that you're not going to get that for a long time. So, and you might be asking yourself, well, let's go to that portal and see what it is. It didn't seem like anything. Nobody was going to it. Disappointment to you, there's nothing. Coming later this year. And it said that last year. Yeah, it's been there ever since Skyblock, ever since this island has existed. And the thing about this being here is that it gives a heck of a lot of stuff. And I mean a lot of stuff. But you have to be careful, because also it gives you way too much XP. And yeah, no one has reach, and you can't really... Yeah, the best way to get up here is to use your grappling hook that you probably already bought, and just get up here. Because, yeah, and then you just kind of do that. Boom, boom, easy, easy, easy claps. There. And then that's how much you get. You get that much. It's pretty terrible, to be honest. It's not that great. The best money, also the second best money making method is, what is that person doing? What are you trying to do? What are you trying to do? Okay. This man is... What are you doing? My brain is confused. Alright, let's just hit it with my pickaxe. Bro, my pickaxe... Why do you have a pufferfish? Alright, well, I'm not gonna go after it. I didn't hit it. Alright. What? What do you mean? I do, like, no damage to it. And it does no damage to me. Okay, do you want... It does nothing. And it died. Alright. But, yeah. And then you're like, okay, what's the next area of place? So you're like, okay, let's go back to... Shut. I'm not in combat. Are you kidding me? Yeah, you can't combat log all the way back there. So you're like, okay, what's the next place you go to? Well, you probably already have level 7, and you're like, okay, I see this place over here. Let's go to the bazaar. Oh, you have to have level 7 on 3 things. Okay, let's go do forging and mining, which is the next thing that you need to do. Forging and mining. And, well, if you go over here, there's the forging. So you're like, okay, let's go do forging. And you might be like, oh yeah, you can make more money as you progress. That answer is wrong. I'm just kidding. It actually isn't that wrong, because if you go over to the bazaar, which you don't have, by the way, and you go over here and you're like, okay, well, let's just see what happens, okay? Just go over here and let's just see what happens. Well, you go into wood and it's somehow more pricier. And then you realize that this is still OP. Yeah, oak wood is the most OP thing ever. Okay. And you're like, okay, alright, let's go back over here and just chill. And and you see that combat area over there and you're like, oh, yay. That's also a place that I need to go for. And you grab all this, you have wood, you have the forging level 1, and you're like, okay, let's go to the park. Don't do that. It's not necessary. You'll unlock everything from here. You don't need to go anywhere. The only thing that is worth it over there is some dudes. Also, that is where you get your first fairy soul. Yeah, honestly, everything is pretty useless. And then you go over here and you find out that this place is actually existent, and it actually upgrades your pet, which you probably already have. You can buy bees. Yeah, honestly, I kind of went blue. And then you can buy a bunch of things that just makes, yay, fun. And you go over here and you're like, oh, what does this do? This guy do? Oh, he sells it for, like, literally nothing. He said it was, like, worth 10k for, yeah, you get the idea. And so after you got level 7, you're like, okay, let's go do that. And then you're like, oh, what's this over here? Oh yeah, it's the Maddox the Slayer. And you might be asking yourself, who the heck is Maddox the Slayer? Yeah, yeah, the spot, yeah, all these 4 things just ignore. Global combat buff. I have no clue what that means. Yeah. Revenant of Horror, Tarantula, Broadfather, and Sven Packmaster. And you might be asking yourself, where the heck is Sven? We'll get to that. Revenant of Horror, which you can, you get the idea. It costs money to start, and yeah, you can get runes, foul flesh, and revenant flesh, which people use to scam. So yeah, fun. Then you get over here to the bartender, and he sells you iced tea, just buffs the mana. Wait, you use this item in aqua potion. You use this to brew potions, yeah. And so you've already slain enough boss enough to get over here, and you're like, okay, let's just see what's gonna go on over here. And you're like, okay, let's go to Spider's Den. You're like, oh, cool. I see. Nope, that's just the mining area. And you go to over here, and you most likely, and you talk to this boy, and he just says, okay, and he's like, wait, there's gravel? Yes, indeed, there is gravel, but it's over here. And no one looks over here, because nobody ever goes over here. You might be asking yourself, where's the portal to this thing? Oh, I got you covered, bub. It's all the way up top. Yeah, it's all the way it's not really all the way at the top, it's near the top, so you have to navigate through millions, I mean, a lot of stuff, which takes you about 30 minutes to get through the first time, and then from there it's smooth sailing. Jesus. Jeez. Alright. The reason why mobs are not attacking me is that... There's a block under me. I'm dumb. I hate that I can't use this. Oh, what? Are you kidding me? Yeah, sometimes this rod can be kind of stupid. So yeah, you go over here, and you're like, oh boy, I can't wait to fight some nether mobs. And you're like, yeah. And I'm like, yeah, okay. I'll see. So, over here, and you're like, oh no, I still keep going. Yeah, you still have to keep going. It's a long way. And along the way, you might get attacked by a bunch of monsters. The reason why I'm not getting attacked is because I have this intimidation ring. Which is for level 5 only. Oh my god. And also, there's another fishing spot, as somebody has yelled at me in the comments. I mean, I'm just kidding. Nobody has yelled at me, you know. Yeah, they literally do that. I swear, it's not me. They literally spit out webs. I don't get why. How would you program this? You run past this boy, and then you go over here, and I am not going, no, I'm not fighting that thing, not anymore, no, why am I on fire, So yeah, you go over here, and you're like, oh, cool. So, there's a new mining thing, netherrack. You can fight pigmen over here. Yeah, you easily kill it, okay? It's easy to kill, okay? They drop you, gold nuggets. You just ignore the sag in there. So you go over here, and you're like, my netherrack, but, yeah, my pickaxe doesn't really work with it. And you talk to her, and she's like, I have never... More times than I can count. Alright, well, okay, boomer. Yeah, and you go over here, and you're like, what's this? Yeah, here's the wither skeleton. You immediately just run away, okay? Just ignore them. And then you see magma cubes. Ignore them. Then you go over here. Oh, there's more magma cubes. Don't ignore them, because that's the easiest money-making way. They give you magma cream automatically. And you might be asking yourself, what's the boss? Oh yeah, the boss is basically just a magma cube, but with more health. Which everyone can, no, pretty much everyone and their mothers can one-shot, but of course I can't. So yeah. Because last time I was in one of those fights, it took like 0.5 seconds. And only one person damaged it, so yeah, pretty good. They give you a lot of combat XP for how easy they actually go. And if it was nighttime, like I tried to predict, it would be amazing. But no, it can't. There'd be gas, and I'm not waiting an entire night cycle just to record it. I'm just saying, yeah. And also another great idea, because this bazaar actually costs, time and effort. The auction master isn't. Go over here, you view your bids, you have bids, and auction browser, which you can buy a lot of things, including the grappling hook. And then you over here, and by this time, you probably have figured out almost all the ways over here. And then you're like, okay, I'm gonna go enchant my stuff over here. And as soon as possible, please don't use this. It's not really that useful. It doesn't do anything. These books don't matter. They don't do anything. You get like level 10, and then you're like, oh yeah, there's a bunch of stuff over here. Don't buy from him. You just play. Then you're like, oh, who's this? Marco. You just kind of, you have a canvas here. I haven't used it in a while. It's pretty useless, to be honest. And now you're like, okay, what else is there? Well, as I've said, there are the skills of farming. I will get to that. Combat and forging. But then you're like, okay, I'm gonna want to get more money. And mining is your answer, most likely. Oh, and people really like to buy runes. I tried recording this earlier and I got it, and I don't know why my recording went. It's like you have to be in full screen. Anyway, so you literally already have level 1 mining. And so you're like, okay, let's go to gold mine. And you see a bunch of shops, and you're like, oh cool, I can finally get my shops ready. And, well, what you see over here is a gold forger. And you're like, okay, let's see what he buy. He has golden helmet. Pretty useless, okay, but he has a sword that I can't read the name of because that would immediately crash everything. Also remember that this thing is lagging sometimes. Chainmail. Why not iron? I don't know. And that gives an iron. He gives an iron pickaxe with smelting touch. Ew. And then you go over here and you're like, oh cool. Coal and iron. Sounds about right. And well, if you didn't know, there's gold. Yeah. Every time I go down here, there's always a bunch of ores and stuff. Also, this is not the default look. There's some random stuff. You always like, whenever you're passing by, and you're like, okay, let's go over here. Let's go to the deep caverns. I recommend the fact that I am not going to show you the path, because I would not know. Also, a sneaky creeper exists. Make sure not to die from it. It's honestly funny, to be honest. So you go over here, and you're like, okay, I'm in the gunpowder mines. How do I unlock the lapis quarry? I don't know, to be honest. I completely forgot. And you're like, oh, what do these lapis zombies do? Well, they kind of exist, and you get lapis armor. And you're like, oh, what does this lapis do? You get XP. I don't know. For one block, you get one mining XP, and this is the easiest place to go down from. It's super easy. Then you just go down here, and you're like, oh, this is where the redstone is. Yeah, this is where you get your accessory thing. You're like, okay, cool. Well, oh, here's the lift operator. Yep, dumb boy over here. Yeah, just never try to provoke them, which means not mining redstone. So you go over here, and you're like, where the heck is the end? I have no clue either. I kind of just got lucky. And so you just kind of wander around for like 5 minutes, mining every one other redstone, get attacked by a couple pigmen, and you're like, okay, what's next? Oh, here it is. Here's the next place. Let's go to the next place. It must be not that bad. I mean, emeralds don't really have anything with it. Oh, yeah, slimes exist. Yeah, slime, this is the most annoying place to be. Like, I was stuck here for like a month. I don't know why I was, to be honest, though. You just have to make sure that you're really lucky and you can slip through a lot of cracks. But most of the time, you won't even get like halfway through before you just get body blocked by all these stupid slimes. And this is why armor is really, really, really useful. And health is more of a factor in here because fall damage is based on your health. And, well, yeah, you get the idea. Alright, so what else do you always need? Well, you also probably want a fishing rod, and you might be asking yourself, why do I need a fishing rod? Well, you can kill things with a fishing rod. You might be asking yourself, but didn't they patch that? No, they didn't. They just nerfed it. And you kill things. If you have enough strength and stuff like that, you can just rob them. Honestly, it's been a long time since I've started this, and like it'd take forever. And this is basically just a gigantic maze that you have no clue where to go. So you eventually find the entrance to the Diamond Reserve, which gives you these zombies. They drop, and you're also like, why is there that? Well, they just exist, okay? They give you way more combat XP for your bank, and you also get diamonds. Yay, and you're like, oh, it must be just something else. Nope, it's not, and immediately you get some random thing called a runic, and you might be asking yourself, what the heck is a runic? Well, it gives you runes. For the price of having a bunch of more. And you might be asking, is this the last level? Heck yeah, this is the last level. Do you really think they'd be using bedrock? No. They also have diamond blocks. And they also drop things called miner helmet. Or miners. Sometimes they drop with no enchantments. Sometimes they drop with prop 5. And this, if you're a mining bro, is the best thing to have. And also, there are a bunch of other enchantments that I really, really want you guys to know, like growth. Growth is the most amazing thing that not that many people have unlocked. Yeah, growth 5 is the best thing ever. You can one-shot these boys, but you also can get two-shotted if you're not careful with your management of everything. And this is the last floor, so This is basically just mining. Area done. So, oh, hello. Oh, yeah. If you try to leave from any spot, really, you will die eventually. And then you go back to the hub, and you're like, okay, let's go somewhere else. Let's, like, go to somewhere else. And also, how do you upgrade your island? Do you really think I know? I literally just haven't used my island that much. And also, a pro tip, never go to a mega hub, because that is pretty useless. And so by now, you probably already got a fishing rod, because, well, the slimes are pretty annoying. And you might be like, oh, now I want to do, like, fishing. Where's the best spots? Well, as I mentioned in uh, oh god, the farming area, the two places are the best way, are the second and third best places to fish. You might be asking yourself, where's the first? Well, I'm here, right now. This is literally the best, this is the best place to go. I know, I'm serious. It literally is. It's not that much. It's basically luck or die, but the thing is that eventually you can become, like, really powerful, and you just one-shot everything. And there's this thing called, health, and it gives you health. So, yeah. The best way to combat these boys is just to use a fishing rod. And also, I can do 1,000 damage with my rod. Ever expected that? It gives you a lot of valuables like lily pads, prismarine crystals, and shards, and just all around is a pretty good thing. It also gives you a lot of XP if you're lucky enough. And at the beginning, you probably have a prismarine rod, which gives you a chance of getting prismarine crystals or shards. Yeah, that's pretty much it. But then you get Epic Winter Rod, which gives you an extra chance of increases fishing speed. And then you get a flippin' shredder. Yeah, eventually you'll get a shredder. I don't know when, honestly. You can buy it for millions on the auction. But yeah, clownfish are the rarest thing that you can fish out. That is a common thing. Sea lanterns are pretty OP. They're expensive. I don't know why. I don't know. It gives benefits. I don't know. And you can upgrade. And oh, now I can get Depth Strider, which means that I can reduce how much I'm slowed by the water. Well, yeah. Well, that's fun. That just costs 2 lily pads and 2 salmon. I don't even have the salmon, which means that I can easily make it. Alright, so I'll probably be doing this until I get 2 salmon, and I'll see you guys in the next episode, and I'll see you guys, whenever I upload. I don't know. Okay, bye.